Hey hunters, Lord here, back with another Monster Hunter Wild set video. I know the content has been pretty slow lately, there hasn't been a ton to cover, and in the recent weeks I've been moving into my new house, so I've been super busy, but I finally got my new office all set up, had a chance to test out the AT Rey Dau challenge quest, and so today I have some really simple light bowgun sets for you guys that should make it super simple to get the A rank for this quest. So if you've been struggling with getting the A rank for this quest and you want that weapon charm, then these sets should make it super simple. Even if you don't play light bowgun, these sets are pretty simple to use. And I was able to use a suboptimal version of the high DPS set and get a very easy sub 9-minute time. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So our first set is a mix of comfort and damage. You'll see an alternative version of this set for the DPS set, however it doesn't change really all that much from this one. We'll be using an Ardian light bowgun. You'll want to get all attack infusions and both of the capacity boost reinforcements, so that way you have the maximum clip size. For decorations, you'll want crit element, opener, and focus all /frost. My set in the background footage for this video doesn't even have focus, and I was still able to get sub 9 minutes. I know it's been a while since I've updated my sets, but it just goes to show how good these sets are, as I was still able to get under 9 minutes without even having the best setup for my light bowgun. We'll then be using the Rey Sandhelm Gamma with a Challenger Jewel, the Numinous Shroud Beta with another Challenger Jewel, the Rey Sand Braces Gamma and Sand Coil Gamma with a Challenger and Earplug Jewel, and the Numinous Greaves Beta with a Chain and Earplug Jewel, and finally the Charm is the Stun Charm 3 to give us maximum stun resistance, so even if you get hit quite often by those lightning attacks, you will not get stunned. Now, if you haven't seen my previous videos about the 3-piece Rey Dau Gamma Armor set bonus, what it gives us is plus 5% attack and minus 5% to our defense, and this buff to your attack will be active for the entire quest, provided you don't use the Guts portion of Lord's Soul. What Guts does is it gives you a little orange marker around the middle of your health bar. If your health is above that and you get hit by an attack that would one-shot you, you will survive at 1 HP. You'll gain 5% defense and plus 3 to all elemental resistances, but you will then lose that 5% attack buff. So making sure that you stay out of one-shot range is very important, which is why I opted to go for the 2-piece Zoshia set, so that way we can regain our red health faster using that 1 level of recovery speed, and regain our health beyond the red health portion. So by just existing, you will constantly regain health, making it a lot easier to stay above that one shot and keep that 5% attack boost for as long as possible. As you can see, our skills are pretty good. We have Agitator level 5, then Critical Element, Ice Attack, Opening Shot, Focus, Stun Resistance, and Maximum Might, all at level 3. The reason we can rock Maximum Might here is because the Burst Step spam with Elemental Light Bowgun is not as strong, since Elemental Light Bowgun's Rapid Fire allows us to shoot just as fast as the Burst Step, so getting that extra crit from Maximum Might is going to be super nice. We have Evade Extender level 2. This is super awesome for dodging those big AoE attacks that Arch-Tempered Rey Dau has. We also have Earplugs at level 2. This allows us to completely negate Rey Dau's roar, meaning that every time he roars, you can just continue shooting at him and damaging him, making it super easy. We have Latent Power at level 2. This gets us a bonus 20% affinity after 2 minutes in the quest or after taking 130 damage. And since we have 3 pieces of Rey Dau armor, it lasts for 2.5 minutes, meaning even if you don't get hit, you'll have more than 50% uptime on Latent Power. Then we have Weakness Exploit, Stamina Surge, Element Absorption, Counter Strike, Recovery Speed, and Burst, all at level 1. Now, the DPS version of this set literally just changes the stun resistance charm to the Exploiter Charm 2. I don't know if this is really worth it for that extra around 10% affinity. This is the version I ran because all in all, this fight is pretty easy to avoid taking damage and getting stunned. So ultimately, the choice is up to you. This is a pretty simple alternative if you want to squeeze out a few extra seconds. If you find yourself not getting hit that often, this will help you deal a little bit more crit, get a little more damage, and hopefully end that hunt a little bit faster. The final variation of this set is a super comfy build. It uses no armor from Title Update 1 or after, so this is all base game armor. and it has all of the skills that you will need to survive this hunt. We again will be using the Ardian bowgun, same exact decorations, production bonus, and reinforcement bonus. We will then be using the Guardian Arkfeld Helm beta with a Challenger and Thunder Resistance jewel, the Arc Vulcan Chest beta with a Challenger and Earplugs jewel, the Guardian Arkfeld Arms beta with 2 Thunder Resistance jewels and a Steadfast jewel, the Arc Vulcan Coil beta with the last 2 Steadfast jewels, and the Udra Myregreaves beta with a single Earplugs jewel. The level 1 decoration is completely up to you, so if you're running multiplayer, you may want to throw in Shockproof here, or if you're running solo, you could throw in the Flash jewel to help your flashes do a bit more CC overall for the fight. We then have the Challenger Charm 2 to round it all off. And the 2 set bonuses we'll be using here are the Guardian Arkfeld's Vitality. With 2 pieces, we get Decimator 1, so every time you destroy a wound, you will get a little bit of health back. And then we have Arkveld's Hunger. With 2 pieces, we have Hasten Recovery 1, and by just continually attacking AT Rey Dau, you will get health back. It's a little bit of health, but overall, with how quickly Rapid Fire Light Bowgun shoots, you'll be constantly regenning health, so even if you do take a little bit of chip damage here and there, you have 2 great options to get your health back without needing to turn to potions. So as far as skills go, Weakness Exploit for that extra crit on weak spots, Agitator for extra raw and crit when Rey Dau is enraged, and of course Critical Element, Ice Attack, Opening Shot, and Focus all in our weapon to boost our damage even further. Then Thunder Resistance level 3 and Stun Resistance level 3. This will help you take way less damage when you get hit by any of those thunder attacks, and means you will never get stunned. Of course, Earplugs 2 to completely negate roars, so you can just continue shooting all the time. Flare level 1, Partbreaker level 1, Recovery Speed 1, and Windproof all come for free on the armor. Flare makes it so wounds are a little bit easier to get, but at Flare level 1, you're not going to notice this a whole bunch. And then of course, the Burst level 1 is the whole reason we tossed in the Udra Myregreaves beta, as it gives us some bonus attack when we hit the monster 5 times. And since your Ice and Pierce ammo tick through the monster and hit more than 5 times, you should have nearly 100% uptime on Burst. Now this set is not nearly as strong as the other 2 you saw before this one. However, if you find yourself getting hit a lot, this is going to be a far more comfortable option for just healing yourself overall, as well as making sure you never get stunned, you take way less damage from those thunder attacks. And if you haven't played a whole bunch and you don't have, the Numinous armor or the AT Rey Dau armor, and you really want to get this fight done and try and get an A rank, this set should be able to do that without playing as cleanly as you might like. Now, as far as mantles go, I would still highly recommend the Corrupted Mantle for Light Bowgun. What you're going to want to do is when you drop in, you sneak attack Rey Dau, you're going to fully unload your first entire clip of rapid fire ice ammo. You will then put on the Corrupted Mantle, which will immediately jump your rapid fire gauge up quite a bit, and then you will shoot your Pierce ammo to regain the gauge. Pierce ammo regains your rapid fire gauge the fastest, so even when Corrupted Mantle is not up, when you run out of rapid fire gauge, you're going to want to switch to Pierce ammo, so that way you are only using your ice ammo during rapid fire mode, ensuring you will not run out during the hunt. Ice ammo does a ton of damage, so it's very important that we are being as efficient as possible when using our ice ammo, so only using it during rapid fire mode, or if he's almost dead right at the end, you can use it in single shot mode. But it's very, very important that you don't run out of ice ammo. If you run out of ice ammo because you're using it not in rapid fire mode, it's going to be very, very difficult to get this A rank time consistently. It's definitely not impossible, but it makes it much, much easier if you're maximizing your damage and again, being as efficient as possible. It's also extremely important that you bring 20 snow herbs with you so that way you can craft more ice ammo. I highly recommend throwing crafting ice ammo onto your radial menu somewhere so that way you can craft that ice ammo. You bring 60 ice ammo to start, which is definitely not enough to kill AT Rey Dau by itself. But by bringing those 20 snow herbs, you can craft an additional 60, and 120 rounds of rapid fire ice ammo should be plenty to finish this fight with the A rank, especially when you consider that when your rapid fire gauge runs out, again, you're going to want to be shooting your Pierce ammo, so you'll be getting some extra damage in there. I have yet to actually run out of ice ammo, and I've finished this quest quite a few times now. So again, just being efficient, playing smart, and using your ice only when you have your rapid fire gauge full is going to make this fight a real breeze. Another very important thing to do during this hunt is to make sure you get the rock drop in Rey Dau's nest. The rock drop will deal 5% of his total health in just one single hit. So when you first jump in, after you do your sneak attack and all that, you'll want to position yourself in between Rey Dau and that rock drop. He'll do a lot of those wing attacks where he flies and drags his wing on the ground. He'll come towards you, he'll go past you, and so if you're close to that rock when he goes past you, you can just shoot it with your light bow gun, you can pull it down with your hook slinger, but I promise you it's very important that you get this rock drop. It will save you a ton of time in your hunts. Actually, a few more additional tips that I just thought of. Bring a paralysis weapon on your cat. Now, my hunt ended just quick enough that I didn't get a paralysis, but I did notice in my hunts between 9 and 11 minutes, my cat would always get at least one paralysis on AT Rey Dau. So having your cat with the new butterfly weapon from the spring event, if you did get that, should net you some super easy paralysis, giving you another CC window to just dump damage into AT Rey Dau. Also, if you find yourself using that 3-piece Rey Dau set bonus set that I showed in the first 2 sets, if you eat 4 feline Moxie at the canteen, that will override Guts. So that way you can survive a single one-shot while still maintaining that plus 5% damage bonus. So again, if you find yourself not playing that cleanly, getting one-shot by a few attacks here and there, tacking on Moxie will allow you to keep that extra 5% damage up a lot longer, even again if you get one-shot. However, if you get one-shot multiple times, it's not really going to help as much, so it's definitely a per-use case. Another great way to reduce the overall time taken in this quest is to bring luring pods. You'll likely use your 3 flash pods very early on in the hunt to get those dunks and get that extra damage in. However, once he gets ready to leave to go to the Area 16 away from his nest, you can hit him with 3 luring pods as he's about to leave to get AT Rey Dau to stay in his nest for a lot longer, allowing you to just get a better damage window. You'll still likely have to chase him over there, but he usually switches when he's pretty low on health, and so the time spent in Area 16 will be very limited because you'll deal enough damage very shortly after he gets to Area 16 to where he will be limping and head back to his nest. The final tip I have for this fight is, outside of the first 3 flash pods, AT Rey Dau has reduced effect where it doesn't knock him down, it only flinches him for a little bit, and he's still able to target you after the 4th, 5th, 6th, etc. flash. So you don't really need to bring more than 3 flash pods, you don't need to bring stuff to craft more. Especially since we're using light bowgun, we're not using a melee weapon, so when he flies, we're still able to pretty easily attack him, whereas a melee weapon may need to bring him down to the ground or freeze him in the air to get some extra hits. So I'd recommend just bringing the 3 flash pods that you can fit in your inventory, and don't worry about bringing a bunch of extra stuff to craft them. That way you can be more efficient with how you use your flash pods. You're not using like 13 per hunt, you're just using 3. You'll still be able to easily attack him again while he's flying, because all you have to do with light bowgun is point and click. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you found this one helpful, be sure to drop a like down below. If you have any other tips and tricks that you want to share for the AT Rey Dau challenge quest, be sure to drop them down in the comments below to help out your fellow hunters. So if you're new to my channel, new to Monster Hunter, or if you liked what you saw today and you're interested in seeing more Monster Hunter Wilds content just like this, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I wish you all a good day and happy hunting.